Let's see. I should be just about...
Hey! Who are you?
Oh, don't worry. I'm you at 27.
27? Shouldn't we be taller?
Yeah, we're only getting 5 feet. Take it or leave it. But don't you want to know what we do?
Ooh, do we get to be a Disney dancer?
Yes! In fact, we even get to... For legal reasons, this part is redacted.
Wow.
That's not all. Because of that, we get to meet some pretty cool voice actors from Star Wars.
What does Star Wars have to do with Disney?
Don't worry about that. They're really nice and make us realize it's not as unattainable a skill as we thought. So, we go for it.
Cool! So now
We're out of time. Sorry. Keep up the great work and hydrate.
Okay, you too. Or me too. Thanks? Oh.
Listen well, lost Halan, for your very fate may rest in the next word from your lips. You know not who you have disturbed, but in that same instance, I have come to know every fiber of your essence. I smell tears in your past that have salted all meals since. I taste a song on your breath that sours at the break of each dawn. And I see a mask built by layer upon layer of falsifications that do not delude my senses. You summoned me here by trespassing, and brazenly asked your question, thinking your man-made armor could weather my wrath when I bring the storm upon your minuscule, mortal existence. But instead, I shall return your query with my own. So, answer me. What is an updog?
Hold on there. This way is closed off to the public. You'll need a badge to go any further. Oh, my apologies, boss. Should really get my eyes checked. Let me get you up to speed. Last night there were... So they called it. After an hour, there... Not my cup of tea, but... Or that's how Sam put it. Ready to take a look? That's not what we're looking for. Is that blood? Boss, look out!
Come on. Continue.
Hold on there.
Not this
way
again.
is closed off to the
Skip.
Day 4745.
I don't even know why I keep track anymore. But it's the 13th anniversary of the fog rolling in, shrinking the world as we knew it. Usually it's a day of nostalgia, which turns into mourning, which turns into frustration, which turns into a shorter roll call. This year seemed less solemn, and I thought it was because we get to hear children laugh again. But I think it's more about people forgetting. These kids never saw the sky or horizon. They never thought twice about wearing breathers. And they laugh. Why shouldn't we? Of course, it's not that simple. That's how you get the likes of the Joker boys. Every deck's got 2, if you can find a full pack. Forgetting the old world means anniversaries like this take on a whole new meaning. Skip all of the steps before violence and make it a day about airing grievances. And this year, their eyes are on me. How lucky. This fight hasn't even started yet, and they're already celebrating at Slocum's. It'd be a shame if they lost their breathers in a stim-gum stupor. We've got the future of humankind to worry about after all. We've all got to make a little sacrifice. We always had hope that we might finally be able to enjoy some of our favorite activities this summer, but due to a rivalry in the clowning community, it quickly became no laughing matter. Hi, I'm Dolly Darling, and this is your 3 o'clock news. The streets around Bobson Park have been blocked off in preparation for the return of the annual Sweet Street Slip and Slide Sundae, a community favorite for beating the heat with 44 flavors of ice cream. 2 professional clowns hired for the event were rehearsing for the big day last night. As Gazpacho Soprano applied the traditional mask of whipped cream and maraschino cherry nose for his dive,
rival clown Bobo Brubaker laid out the scrumptious scoopfuls on painted pavement instead of the pre-approved plastic. Without any safety measurements in place, Soprano launched himself into the dessert-coated road, skidding face first for a record 27 feet. Needless to say, the streets ran red that night.
I still don't see why we have to leave the clubhouse, but I don't mind helping with the move. It's no trouble, really. Look, I'm already here. I'll hear none of this protest. Love you. Mwah! Let's see how much of a mess he left. Oh my!
Remember the negnet in mud naily dive.
Toodles, why were you left here? What happened to you?
System error. Vocal update corrupted. Programming obsolete.
Oh, surely there must be something we can do.
No to my last interface update. Primary user could not withstand seeing and hearing my pain.
Oh, darn his sympathy. And mine. Oh.
Do not fret. Your mystery mouth tool more than day is my gratitude. I am richer for having known you.
Oh, Toodles! Oh no!
Target spotted. Let's get fancy. Are you alright?
Of course. My friend here.
Phil?
Phil, right. Phil said your name was Cinnabon.
It's Siobhan. It's Irish. And I don't remember telling the bartender my name.
I have no idea what she's talking about. Must have just overheard it then. Top of the morning to you. What are you drinking? Looks good. Is it whiskey?
No. It's a pisco sour. Not even close in colour, you feckin' idiot.
Well, then, Phil, I'll have one too.
Sounds like you've had enough. Phil, was it? I'll pay you not to serve her and take my tab now.
Wait, don't go. Oh, I'm sorry. This is my first time.
Talking to a woman?
No, just... I just wanted to know if you are going to the Kingston auction.
Are you joking?
I need to get to lot 13, but...
The very fancy doilies. You couldn't possibly know about the... What are you doing?
Just reapplying lipstick. Keep going. Nice and clear while...
Rookie decoy works every time.
She's got jokes. But seriously, any words you'd like to share before you send those Martians packing? No, you're not listening. Everything I told you about them, all of it was made up. I didn't even know that they were real. Why aren't you angry with me? The hero you know has been nothing but a ruse. I can't protect you. I shouldn't have lied to you. I shouldn't have accepted the mayor's mansion. I shouldn't have renamed our kids that were still inside.
Wait, I thought they were with Nana.
I shouldn't have endorsed that fundraiser that paid to change the town name in my honor. But most importantly, I shouldn't have pretended to be something I'm not. What happened to my kids? Guess I figured with enough of you in the way, nothing could catch me. But I can't run from this anymore.
Disassociating drama dame. Any words to share?
No,
I'll give them hell.
Well, citizens of Disredame, let's give our savior a hearty thank you.
No, of course I didn't shower. I thought this was podcast.
Helen, we're live.
Oh, welcome back to VAC News. Our top story: residents are showing their love for local farmers as the town's farmers market is thriving. Let's go to our intern, Pamela, on the field. I was wondering if my coffee mug ran off too. How are things out there?
Coffee mugs don't talk, Alan.
That's right, Alan. Messer'S citizens are hopping over to support their favorite farmers tonight. I am here with Jillian Castillo, potato farmer and organizer of the event. Jillian, what inspired this whole hullabaloo? Are you a big fan of farms, like myself?
Well, Pamela, with things starting to open back up, we at the Farmers Association thought what better way to support the community than to have this here little market. We have booths of produce, really high quality stuff. Like this here olive oil, fresh pressed by Miss Matilda. Say hey, Matilda.
That's right. You know, I've heard it's a scientific fact that you can use olive oil in your car. It's so great for your health. In fact, I'm a little thirsty already.
What is she doing? Somebody get her off the air.
Darling, you didn't eat that, did you?
Of course not. I drank it. So, why potatoes?
You see, I want to do something else, but I don't think anyone would fund my pigeon farm. So my husband Cleaver told me, why don't you try them there tater farming? They're pretty popular these days.
Sounds like a great idea to me. Potatoes wait for no man, after all.
Jesus. Back to you at the studio. Can we get her an ambulance?
Well, I think that's all the time we have today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you stay after the break where we ask, can olive oil really replace motor oil? We'll get the answer live from our intern at the ER.
Before setting off on your first journey outside of Kavil, you promised your Theron you would get plenty of supplies with that extra name day money they slipped you.
Owen's gonna keep that promise and head to Macedo.
Okay. Having been there many times for errands, you find it easily enough and push the lavender-painted door and hear the familiar tinkle of the entry bell. Ting, 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 ting. The elven shopkeep isn't visible behind the counter, but you do hear them from the back. Yolitress, please control your child.
It's just me today. I promised I'd be well stocked before leaving.
As soon as you say leaving, a head pokes out from behind the curtain, and you see the pale blue features of Endaren. Leaving Kavil? For good? Is it that time already?
I know it doesn't seem that long to you, but my horns came in. See? I think that makes me a grown minotaur. I'm ready to adventure in the big city.
Endaren's sneer turns into a smirk as they fully emerge in their robe of flowing mooncloth. 15 years has never felt so painfully long with Allah such as yourself. Why a famed painter enjoys adopting monsters, I never understand. But at least it's only ever temporary.
Just because your widowess isn't here doesn't mean you have to be so rude. Remember, I helped you countless times with those turned over shipments.
And who was responsible for half of those accidents in the first place, RN?
And when you're gonna feel so silly when word gets back that Awan Kairawis became a legendary hero.
Your passive perception is 12, correct?
Yeah.
Does the 19 hit?
Yeah.
You're too caught up in the dream of proving your bullies wrong in the big city to hear the click of the door's lock as you were suddenly struck with 24 force damage. That's what all your siblings said.
Welcome, folks, to Settlement 69's Grounds Tour, the only settlement dedicated to rot-struck enrichment. Be sure to keep all hands, feet, and legs inside of the vehicle at all times for the duration of the tour. Coming up on our right, you'll see our corporate enclosure with cubicles to spare for a more docile specimen. Experts believe habitats similar to those experienced before their inoculation, along with regular feeding, leads to less aggressive rot-struck as their energy is diverted to residual, repetitive actions. If you listen closely, you may even hear what still sounds like a word or two, although we all know there isn't enough brain activity for intelligent speech. For our more active residents, we have the track on our right, complete with a fresh feed lure to... folks, please keep calm and stay away from the windows.
Now, I've heard enough of these flowery excuses. For once, you're going to hear everything I have to say without any of your snide retorts. Ever since that summer you fell off your horse at our gate, I've known you to be stubborn, prideful, and downright careless with your remarks in order to be the first and last word in all your conversations. But since then, I've also found you to be attentive, if not too much so, charming, if not purposefully so, and stoically brave beneath that stony exterior. When I'm with you, I'm late to respond as I cannot find my breath. I stumble even in my favourite shoes when your gaze meets mine. And time seems to slow as I've noticed how you take pause in your ramblings because you've brushed my hand. Mr. Bobson, despite both of our efforts otherwise, I am wholeheartedly in love with you. And I cannot go on without knowing your true feelings towards me. Other than that, I only wish it would rain so I could hide these tears. But then again, I wouldn't be seeing yours.
Welcome back to Candid Killers, our patron-exclusive deep dive into the minds of serial killers. Today's guest is very exciting. Viral sensation, Boomstick Beatrix Hankler. Very exciting to have you, BB.
Thanks for having me. And might I say, quite the setup. You know, I've been a listener from the start, and I am just blown away by how quickly you've blown up yourself.
Yes, I'm so proud of this community. Thanks to all our KK patrons, we've been able to fund this cross-country tour and even donate the hundreds remaining to the families of the victims covered on the show.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Speaking of amazing, it's been a full year and a half live streaming your kills with chases. Do you have any favorites?
Absolutely. So, picture this. Siesta Key. It's the hottest time of the day in the middle of summer, and I'm walking along the white sand, go bag across my back.
That's hot. Please tell me you had protection.
The 3 S's. Sunscreen, sun hat, and sandals. But I find someone laying out, and I'm not seeing enough movement, so I think I'm finding burnt leftovers.
We can't be having that.
So I give a gentle kick, and she springs up, and I'm shocked, so I'm fumbling for my tools.
Poor buddy's nerfed.
She gets a head start towards the nearest resort, shouting for help, which I saved. It's really the best part. Help! Let me in! So anyways, I stop blasting. Has this ever happened to you? Ugh. Why can't I hold all these dragon bones? You should try the patented Bag of Holding. With this stylish satchel, adventuring has never been so easy. The secret is in the stitching, with thread spun by the finest of dimensional wizards. Ooh, tingly. Why worry about weight when you've got a hot date? Oh, wait, what?
Hey, nice bag.
Were you holding your breath in there? Ask your local shopkeep for your very own custom design. Order now! Bag of Holding cannot hold more than 500 pounds. Creatures inside have a limited amount of air. If overloaded, torn, or appears, all contents are scattered in the astral plane. If any extra-dimensional objects are placed inside, both items are destroyed, and a portal to the astral plane is opened. Use at your own risk. All right, what are we working with?
I've seen a few figures. The dainty, wispy one disappears the most often, while the imposingly broad one seems to hang around almost all the time. And then the child.
There's a kid?
Well, sounds more like a baby. That one seems to be in charge.
Should still be a piece of cake. Residual or intelligent?
The bigger ones have a pretty regular routine, so I'd guess residual. But the little one has to be intelligent. They've directly interacted with me. This was supposed to be my vacation home. I just don't have the energy to deal with this anymore.
No need to worry. You've got a professional to handle it now. You said they usually gather in there at this time?
Yes, as far as I can tell. I really need to rest. I'll hang back here.
You got it.
This is not your house. Leave now or suffer.
Honey, we're going.
Out!
Get the baby!
Out! Okay, class. I know we've gone over a lot this year, but are you ready to review what we learned so far? No beanies. Only comm script from here on, okay? Teacher. Remember all those pesky extra sounds. Now, I have your written answers here, but we're going to read the test aloud now, and those who left mistakes will fall down their trap door. Ready? Okay. What are the first 10 comm script numbers? Read them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6 now.
No, it's not funny. It's review time. Don't look up 6-9. That means you, Chugu. Wakitila bambins.
More beneath.
What? How adorable. You think you made it here by your own, what? Gumption? Moxie? All those helpful companions you coincidentally met? Me?
Oh, sweet, innocent Kasumi, to the matronly Magra. Sometimes you have to do everything yourself.
So that's it. We made it 3 days with barely a scratch. And you just want to give up?
39 people are dead, Sloan. I'm sick of you acting like this is a game.
It is a game. Tal, we're so close to that 20 million. Think of what we could do for our sector.
The one you abandoned for your credit scheme? I was your friend. I believed in you. But how else does a big shot like you end up here?
Oh, me? How did you?
Sector D didn't have a choice. Our debts tripled since you left. You think the only one who suffers from this is you? No. You weren't there. You wouldn't get it.
I'm here now. And I can't say goodbye again. Not to you.
I can't win this. But I can give you a better chance, so they don't have to send your body back in shame. Despite everything, I don't want to see you fall. And neither do they.
Our next saucy single joining us at Shoot Your Shot says her standards aren't that high.
I don't really care about things like looks or even brains. Just like someone who's strong, funny, well-groomed, nice house, fancy car, pays for my shopping, over 100K in followers. Nothing much, really. But that wouldn't be my greatest dream come true.
Aw, so she is a romantic.
Now where are those shots?
And there it is.
Does this even work? I think I got it now. Okay. Hi. How did Auntie Marnie do these? Oh. Right, well, the day doesn't really matter anyway. I always thought it was weird the way grown-ups got so sad or angry, or both, when remembering stuff. I couldn't understand it. Can't miss something you never knew. But now there's stuff I didn't know that's gone. A lot, actually. And I'm sad. A little angry, but I can't bring back yesterday. I can only enjoy today and try to make tomorrow better. Now that I know this feeling, I still don't understand why you would want to make others feel this way. I certainly don't, and I don't think I ever will. Yeah, I remember the voice I auditioned with, but do you mind if I take a quick look at the side again?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. Let's see. Mother Tanique, head priestess of the human light cult that has taken over the Shishi space cruiser. First character protagonist meets out of hypersleep and lulls them into joining their sinister rituals. Warm yet sternly passionate. All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Behold the light that spreads before your eyes. This light once symbolized civilization, the very will of the human race. But what can be gleaned from the light we see today? The people of this world have cast away their will to create, drowning themselves instead in an endless cycle of consumption. What you see now is the deceitful light cast by their stagnant eyes. The people you've encountered in your lifetime are not people at all. They are less than human, mere sacks of flesh and bone. Only upon the realization of self-will can a person truly be called a man. You chose to reject the false light, refused to succumb to their lies. That's why you never faltered, even after all the personality reconditioning. Long ago, man was forced to leave behind his homeland. This was brought about by the masses who extinguished the very light that drove their will. So, how about it? Let us rekindle the torch, so that human consciousness may once again be resurrected. For our sake.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't really do the trolling all that often, but you would have run away, and you seem really cool, so I wanted to talk to you. Now, you know the drill. You have blood, I have thirst, but there's no reason why it has to be a bad thing. If I could just have little sips regularly, I'd be fine. But it's so awkward to meet new people, and sometimes they're boring or don't taste good at all. But you seem fun and adventurous, so I was wondering if you'd consent to being my juice box friend. Look, I'll throw up a contract right now, and you just have to check yes or no. The do you like me question is bonus. You don't have to answer right away.
Alexxandra Macedo for Rachael Messer's Ancient Dragon.
Do you know who I am? Of course you don't. You talk a big game. A lot of hot air. Such mean things you've said. Indirectly, you've stated them. I am one who likes to look someone in the eye and see what they're made of. I like to see how much fight they have in them. If your desire was to get me to accept your challenge, consider your motive fulfilled. Maybe your words weren't meant for me, but I am not one to imagine otherwise. If a small breeze caresses your face, is it not felt? You can't spend life only searching for tornadoes. You have a nice face. I have seen many nice faces turn to sour milk. Yes, many, many. Sad. Listen carefully. Do you hear it? Sometimes when we ask for rain, we encounter a major storm.
Hark, gentle maiden. I daren't take or even ask much of your time, but my heart has conjured other plans. Mine eyes fell upon you, and the rest of my body rigorously followed suit. For you see, since then I have been your humble servant from the far reaches of your shadows. Where you go, I will follow tirelessly until I may finally find rest upon your ample bosom and taste the nectar of—
Mrs. Gattenhall, I don't feel comfortable with this monologue.
Oh, how do you expect to make it in this industry with an attitude like that? You think I became the parfait in the Beauty and the Beast tour of '91 without getting out of my comfort zone? Keep up the great work and hydrate.
Oh my gosh, I was so cute! Oh, going back in time was easier than I thought. Going forward shouldn't be too different. You're kidding, right? The variables involved in what happens seconds from now are endless. Anything new in the future needs direction and momentum, so you need to make solid decisions now to have a chance at landing anywhere. I'm really bad at decisions, so start small. Well, in the next year, I hope to get some professional coaching for my voice acting. Hopefully from there I could see where and how I'd get some demo reels produced. Then I could more easily reach out for new opportunities. I've done well so far, but I wouldn't feel right about taking that next leap until I've heard more opinions of and direction on my performance.
Perfectionist?
Yeah. Spatalia has poisoned our hearts and homes with their treacherous schemes for the last time. When a spate begs for your mercy, you look them in the eye and you think of the face of your princess, my sister, whose future was stolen by their dangerous lies. Think of the 10 babes I had to bury, thanks to their cursed seed. Dealer as my witness, I say no heart of the hearth shall ever feel the prick of a spatrous thorn again.
What's going on? You're shaking. What did the oracle say? Why do you care? You don't believe in their sight? Because it's affecting you. If it's about that silly crusade we talked about, I told you. Really? And I told you so? No! Come sit with me.
They said the crusade would be successful.
Shh, no more of that. You were no slave to fate. The only thing holding you back
Is you.
That's it! I've had it with being the only one here with thumbs! Cats? Crows? Toads? You know I love you, but these blasted jaws! Look, I'll just change one of you temporarily until I'm done brewing. Don't look at me like that, I'm desperate!
Meow.
Oh, not that desperate. Ugh. I shouldn't have passed up on that possum.
Hey, Clever. You're a smart device, right?
That is correct.
Remember that late-night commercial for that old-timey child star's greatest hits? What's that soup song?
Searching. Playing Monster-Shaped Biscuits by Molly Aces.
That doesn't sound right.
Biscuits in my broth, dragons and cultists.
Oh, never mind.
keep
That's it.
hot, vampire zombies. Oh, good evening. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. I'm Sadie Parker, Main Street's merry medium, if you will. Now, I may be young, but do not fret. I suffer from no 16 sillies and take my responsibilities very seriously. Formalities out of the way, be glad you decided to visit when you did. Tonight is a very special night, after all. See, typically spirits are bound to a specific area, but unless you're of the residual variety, that gets boring quite fast. Now, try living in a manor with 999 restless souls. Naturally, they get mischievous, but when you can see and communicate directly with them the same way we're speaking now, you learn their tricks and can redirect their energy to be a bit less chaotic. But tonight is Halloween, the one night the veil between worlds thin to the point that even you can see them as clearly as I do daily, and they in turn may go beyond their typical borders. Now, this is all in fun. My spectral roommates simply want to enjoy the festivities. However, they may need gentle reminders to behave themselves, which is why Mother let me stay out this late to keep everyone in check. Oh no.